Hey guys, welcome to the shop. Today we're going to be looking at building a MonsterCross bike. And some of you might be like, what's a MonsterCross bike? What's the deal with MonsterCross bikes? We're going to build like more of a retro. So MonsterCross is like a drop bar mountain bike. And there's actually like a few out there. Some people have taken like cyclocross bikes or gravel bikes, and it's a gravel bike. So you can take some people call those MonsterCross bikes just gravel bikes with like really bigger tires, sometimes like bigger than 40 millimeter width tires. And I'm gonna do that today. It's like whistling. So we're going to take my Kona Cinder cone frame. I built this up a while back. I stripped it off, used the parts. I actually got a nasty little ding in it here when I moved. Not cool, but this is a cool 26-inch Kona Cinder cone mountain bike frame. Not the lightest chromoly steel, but not a bad frame at all. I've still got the bottom bracket in here from the last build-up. And so we're going to build a MonsterCross bike. So what's MonsterCross really? It's a gravel bike that just has really big tires. Basically a 90's mountain bike. The newer MonsterCross, like people like build up their gravel bikes like a MonsterCross, really to ride it as a drop bar mountain bike. So riding on mountain bike trails with drop bars, like John Tomac. So let me show you what parts we've got going on. So first up, cinder cone frame, designed by Joe Murray. We then I've got this gravel drop bar with slight bit of flare, not much. This is very minimal flare. I've got a Kona Project 2 fork that does have disc tabs, so this was a later, but 26 steel all around. I rummaged up an old Sal Italia Flight. Nothing special. Seat post. I think we're running like a 26/8 or something like that. Kona made some small ones. A Bontrager stem with more graphics on it than I like. An FSA Impact headset. Used chain. We're going to put Dior XT 8-speed drivetrain on this. And then I've got some drop bar shifters that I'm not sure if I'll set these up in STI mode or in friction. Not sure yet. There's some options. Got some Shimano SPDs, an 11 to 30 something, probably 36, 32. No, not 36. 11 to 32 8-speed cassette. And I'm hoping to mount these LX parallel push V-brakes on there with some, I've got some new Cane Creek drop V levers. And these, I've had these for a long time. These drop Vs are made to work with the long pull or like V-brakes. So that should be cool. And then I'm going to install some Grep handlebar tape in gray, because that's what I have. And we'll go through, you install these different, you wrap them from the inside of the bar out, and then you can tuck the excess in and reuse it. So we're gonna try that. Oh, and tires. I've got a mismatched pair of WTB Werewolf for the front and Trail Boss for the rear. And then I have, this is actually the wheel set. It came on my Klein Attitude. It's Sun Ringley Tomac series, which seems appropriate. They're mismatched though. I've got a Sun Ringley front, radially laced And then I've got an LX rear with some sun rim, 0 degree light for the rear. I think that's it. We're going to start building. Let's get to it. All right, so first up, we'll just put this seat post in and then switch to using the seat post to hold the bike instead of the frame. I just like to put a little bit of grease. I like using the Park Tools Poly Lube 1000. Yeah. Just put a little bit in there to keep this aluminum seat post from binding to the steel frame. That nut seems too big, but whatever. Okay, let's pop that down. All right, headset. So, similarly to the seat post, I like to just put a little bit of grease on the inside in here. Just help slide the headset into the frame. Okay. Let's put the top cup in there. So I'm curious to know how many of you have done a drop bar mountain bike or a MonsterCross bike before. Let's put this. With my custom bike builds weekly videos, several of you recently have submitted some drop bar mountain bikes also. I think I'll do a custom themed one probably this next week, highlighting. Oh, let's get this straighter. It'll go in. Maybe highlighting some of your drop bar mountain bikes or MonsterCross bikes. MonsterCross sounds cooler than drop bar mountain bike. But yeah, all right. There we go. This headset is already well greased. The bearings, I had them on a different build. I don't remember what. But let me just show you. So here you can see there's room for a bit more grease up here, and the bottom one maybe a little bit. We'll wipe in some grease, top and bottom. Pack those bearings a little bit more. I could have used some other grease on this that's maybe a little faster, but this will be good. Now I'll take the fork. The fork does not have its crown race on yet, so I need to pound this on. So we'll just pound this on. Alrighty. Not a lot of clamp room there. That doesn't give me much to clamp to. Alright, so the problem I'm seeing here is the stack height of this stem, put it beside, is not, it's not great with this. I have some more mountain bike, more modern bike style. This would clamp a lot closer, and it's at least past that second. But it's kind of weird with the drop bar. Maybe I'll take a look. And then I have this one that's really low stack. That's just weird. One, it doesn't match. Two, there's like, it's just weird. Maybe we'll try. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It might work. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna use a long bolt to reach. Not the best idea. I'm gonna look for a better stem, but for the future. Want it tight enough that there's not play, but loose enough that you're not pressing the bearings too far. With the play in this thing. This headset might be bad. Yeah, I think this is the headset that I had on my Kona Explosive 29er that was messed up. See, there's this play back and forth here. I can't use this headset. That's a bummer. Ah, crud. So now I gotta take this out. stubborn. So the only other 1/1/8 headset I've got right now is this used Chris King headset in red. I'm just going to class with the orange accents on here, but whatever. We'll stick that in. So, and just to make you guys all comment, we'll stick it in upside down. And that'll get everyone confused. And that's just fine. The headset cups, top and bottom, on the Chris King headsets are really identical. And people have been installing them upside down for years. Oh, come on. Just for funsies. With the thought that when you install it every other time, rotate wear on the bearing cups, but I don't know if it does that really. But it certainly gets comments from you all when I install it upside down. Some of you, it bothers your OCD. It doesn't really bother me. I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. It's just showing that you're not just everyday shop trying to make everything pretty and perfect. It's still perfect. But they're used cups. Used Chris King headset. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, clean this up a little bit. The crown race is a little dirty. The rest of it was pretty good. Headset looks good. The bearings look fine. Normally I clean these up quite a bit before I do an install for my videos, but we're just sticking this on right now. Right here, right now. I was saving this headset for another build. Maybe I'll just have to try to find it. Or I can swap it out when the time comes. Yeah, that's good enough. Wonder if this will have... It looks like it's got a little bit less stack height than that FSA Impact. Headset. All right. I'm gonna put a little Chris King blue grease in here because it's a Chris King headset, right? It likes its own special grease. This is, like I was saying before, this is a little faster grease, less thick, kind of wears away faster though, and is lighter and thinner and smoother, less sticky. All right. Yeah, still not a lot of stack height going on. It's about the same. Feels a lot better than that other one though. These Chris King headsets are heirloom quality, is what I'd say. If you take care of them, install them correctly, they'll like last forever. Unless you're like crazy hard on them. I'm not crazy hard on them, but it always surprises me how resilient they are to wear and tear and use. They clean up really good. I've had lots of used ones. You guys have seen them if you watched much of my channel. And they always clean up. The bearings clean up really nice and clean up really well. We'll stick the bars in. So typically, I'm a mountain bike guy. I do road bike a little bit. People like these MonsterCross style gravel bikes and MonsterCross bikes because they like the extra positions that you get with the extra hand positions that you get with drop bars. So you've got different positions. You can be up here on the drops. You can be up here on the top bar as one position. You can be on the hoods on your brakes up here, and you can be in the drops both here or here. And it just offers different positions you can change to that let you rest more. So when you're doing this gravel bike type stuff, long rides, 100 miles or something in a day, like doing Leadville or the Tour Divide, people like it because you can switch things up. Whereas on a mountain bike, you don't have a lot of different positions. You can hug in close, like in and out, or sometimes you can rest your arms, but it's not quite the same as a drop bar. And when you're doing gravel ride stuff, you're riding some single track, and this is where MonsterCross is more like cyclocross, more aggressive, fast terrain for those gravel than the regular gravel, but still very doable. Okay, let's get these bits on. Put a little bit of grease on the brakes. Putting these LX parallel push brakes on here. These LX ones are pretty nice. This is a bit of more of a parts bin, rat bike, MonsterCross build. It should be pretty fun just riding. Nice single track and chunky gravel because we're going to put chunky tires on this. But it's going to be fully rigid. Yeah. With different tire selection also. This could be like a chunky road bike, like Ronnie from Ronnie Romance. Ultra Romance Ron. There we go. All right. Get this rear derailleur on. In the 90s, late 90s, when these 8-speed Dior XT drivetrains came out, I loved this. I had the 8-speed XT, Dior XT drivetrain on a lot of my bikes, and I just loved them. I like them aesthetically better than like the 9-speed that we got in like 99. 8-speed's nice. These XT cranks, they're the FCM 737s, are just like on the rear derailleur. They're just classy and beautiful. I really like them. 94 BCD, 5-arm spider cranks. Just really clean and pretty. Probably some of my favorite cranks, actually. Just pretty cranks. Oh yeah. Now we can get that front derailleur in there and position it correctly. Height-wise, you kind of have to have, for front derailleurs, you kind of have to have the cranks on so you can see where you need to put the derailleur, the front derailleur. So this is a bottom pole setup. This tube at the bottom is ovalized where it meets up with the bottom bracket. So there's a certain point where it starts to be a little weird. And we're going to try to get this so that it clears the top of the big chain ring without hitting the teeth. And that looks about right. And then I'm going to line it up so it's parallel with those rings on that outside bit. Sometimes the clearance down here is an issue also with installing the front derailleur. But that looks pretty good. We'll tighten it a little bit. And then I'll check it again. Just make sure also that it's lining up. We can go just a smidge this way. Yeah, there we are. Looks like I need to let the limit screws and adjust that. But that can be done once we've got the chain on. Can do the alignment a little better. But I can tell already I'm not coming out enough. So I probably need to let, I think it's this one. Yeah, somewhere on there. Yeah. Okay, let's get these pedals on. They're right and left specific. These ones are marked. And threading goes forward to install on both, even though the left non-drive side is reverse threaded. If you just twist it towards the front, you install and tighten it, which is by design, so that when you pedal, it helps keep those in correctly. These are nice pedals from back in the day. Get this in here, just tighten them down good. There we go. Yeah. Okay, let's set up this wheel. First we'll put a little bit of grease on the free hub body. And for those that don't know, on your cassettes, on your Shimano HG cassettes, they're splined with these teeth, and there's one that's small, and then there's one space that's large, and those correspond with a similar location on the free hub body, or the cassette body. It slides in, makes so the indexing that's set up always stays right for the wheel. Alright, that's on. Get these WTB trail bosses. A lot of folks, myself included, prefer to line up the valve stem location with the lettering on the tire. So we've done that. Let's pop this on. Make sure it's still lined up. Good chunky tires for this MonsterCross drop bar mountain bike. 90's MonsterCross. I'd really like to find a better cassette. Bit of a rat build though. So all right, that's done. Time for the front. This is a real cool wheel, blue anodized. It'd be cool if I had matching ones, but whatever. And Radial lacing's kind of fun. This might be a ceramic rim, but whatever. Same thing. We'll line up the tire, the valve with the WTB logo. .3, nice chunky tire in the front. Whew, that's a tight one. It's a tight, tight bead in this beauty. Make sure we have that lined up. Wish I had the matching rear wheel to go with this. It'd be a cool wheel set. Just one of those things. Old parts, sometimes you don't get matchies. Yeah, it's tight. Tight, tight, tight. I want to be careful I'm not pinching the tube in here. It's tight. I can't even get... There we go. All right, chunky, chunky tires. And yeah, they fit. So 2.25 in the rear. Still fitting with a little bit of room. And a 2.3 in the front here. Okay, this is one of the Cane Creek V levers that works with V brakes. Really simple brake lever. And yeah, we'll put them on. Okay, because I'm using the grep bar end tape, which is reusable, and it wraps from the tops to the drops, and instead of using their plugs that allow a lot of space for the excess grep tape, bar tape, to be tucked in so you can reuse it and change the length, I'm going to be using the bar end shifters which don't give quite as much room but can fit. But I'm going to have to fit this down here first, leave a little space so I can fit some of the grep tape inside, and set the cable housing long enough to follow up along the bars and to the top bars for the cable routing. So I need to do that, set it in here first, attach everything, set the cable length, wrap it, remove this, stick it back in. It's going to be a little bit of work, but we'll do it. Set it out just a little bit. Okay. All right, so I was looking at running the shifter cable along the bars and all the way up and around and wrapping that in. I could do that and it cleans up things a little bit, but I can also just run them on the outside. No, I want to wrap it. I do want to wrap it in. And follow it up. Trying to size the length on this is hard. About there. And I'll just make two this same length. So I'm trying to position. I've got the housing. Trying to get the right length on this. So I've got the brake line and the shift line coming through here. I think they'll both be coming out up top here. All right, and then this coming down to the noodle. And I think that's too long. I need it about there. See how that looks. Yeah, that's good. That'll do. Now I need to do the line for over here for the brakes. And that line's coming through and then going over here. Check in there. All right, let's see how that looks. Okay, that should do for the cables. Okay, I'm gonna run the brakes. Okay, now I'm ready to start trying to wrap this. And like I said, with the grep bar tape, you start from the top and go to the drops and wrap it so that it can be reused. So we'll start that. You're supposed to position that just under the just past the first. I want this a little bit more over, maybe. So if you're wanting to do this yourself, the grep's YouTube channel shows you how and why I'm doing what I'm doing, which probably seems super odd to a lot of you. The grip tape has like rubber underneath and then cloth on the top, and it's made so that you can take it off and wash it and keep using it, and maybe swap it to a whole nother bike if you want. Or like me, maybe I'm like, well, I don't know about this bike. I want to take it apart and drop it down. And it is just a cool concept of a different kind of idea for bar tape that's reusable, like all my other. When I'm swapping stuff around, this is just great. Trying to keep it tight. Nice thing, the grep bar tape is not like, it's cloth, and so it's really quite strong. You can stretch it a little bit here and there, trying to get this curve. And I'm not doing it too big. Okay, I'm gonna do like 2 figure eights here on this. And keep it nice and make sure I got it good and covered. Yeah, that's good. And then at this point, on the grip site, they say you can just let it go. Put your hoods down. Make sure it's all good. And yeah, we're looking good there. That's looking nice. Okay, I'll just pull this tight, keep wrapping. So I need to make sure I leave that out a little bit. Let's see if we can get this better here. Okay. And make sure that that's covering everything. I'm going to tuck the excess in, and I'm hoping now I can fit this in with this stuff in there and get it in It's reverse. I need to go reverse to tighten it. All right. There we go. One down. The other side's the same. Okay, let's set up these brakes. Now, I don't have the benefit of limit screws, not limit, of barrel adjusters. So I need to get this just right. So that's all the way. I'm going to let it out just a smidge. It's a little too snug. Can go a little tighter. That's good. I just need to center it. Just the tension on this. Release it a little there and tighten it. See that? Yep, good. So to set up this rear brake, because this frame is set up for cantilevers, I have a problem solver that allows me, we do have this little clamp that's made for the cantilever brakes, but this will work. This problem solver makes it so I can run the brake cable for the V-brakes. All right, let's get this. Noodle fed. There we go. Okay, that's feeling okay. We can adjust later if need be. Okay, time for the shifters. Okay, running the cables. I'm probably going to run this in friction mode. Getting close to done. Just put the chain on. All right. Really don't want it looser than that. Right, and just the saddle is left now. Got our nice flight saddle. So yeah, that finishes this up. And all that's left to do is to go stare at it and maybe take it for a ride and check it out. MonsterCross. So this will be perfect for riding on some chunky gravel. We'll see if I like it. Like I've said before, I'm a mountain bike guy. MonsterCross. What's cool about this, I could take this with just different tires, and it could be a chubby road bike. As it is right now, it's a chubby gravel bike with 26-inch wheels. So yeah, let's get it out. Woo! So thanks for following along with me on this build. It was a lot of fun to do. I did the video a little different, if you didn't notice. Tried to talk a little bit more, show you guys what I'm doing. MonsterCross bikes are different. Let me know if you guys have one. If you do have one and you want to submit it for my custom bike builds, I'll put the link in the description and you can share that. I'd like to do a themed custom bike build. I'm sporting my Kona vest, and since I'm riding gravel, I've got an Envy long sleeve on. Nothing Envy here. Envy's a local company here in the Ogden area. So super cool. Gonna go do some more riding on this thing. As always, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Look for opportunities to give those old things new life, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao. Let's do some climbing now. Climb home.